What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Average to Exquisite. This one, we're going to be talking about impulse control. And I just got a quick question for you before we even hop directly into it. Do you happen to remember this individual right here?
Ooh. I don't know how I got to this point in my life.
Subway, straight up. Subway. All this, you hear me? I'm done with all this. Deadass. There you go. Look. Look. Buffalo chicken. Goodbye. Look at.
The buffalo chicken didn't even fall out the thing. Did y'all see that? Well, if you remember him from that video or any of his other videos, we're going to use him to talk really quick about impulse control and how it can have a serious effect on your life, whether you have it or not. It honestly doesn't end there. Let's go take a look at something else. Also, I just want to say, I'm not one to typically use people as examples, but this falls in line perfectly with some of the tenets, having impulse control, just being a good person. I don't know. We'll just hop into the rest of it. I'd like to show y'all what true ignorance is, true bad decisions. And like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody. Also, I don't work at Planet Fitness. I used to. So, yeah, we just big around here. But I'm not here to judge anybody specifically. But when you live your life in the manner that is being lived in this way, it is very, very easy to sit here and speak on somebody and not to be like this person. I am a firm believer in the fact that God gives us examples on what to do and what not to do. And this is a prime example of what not to do.
So I lost all my money at the casino last night, and result, I'm taking my credit cards and I'm gonna go to Apple, get an iPad, then take that iPad and bring it to the pawn shop for cash to go back to the casino.
Now, let's break down what he just said. He's going to go buy an iPad on a credit card because he does not have money. Then he's going to take that same iPad to the pawn shop for a percentage of the price that he bought it for. And then he's going to go gamble with it. This is impulse control. This is setting yourself up to never make it anywhere. The man doesn't think he's good enough for a 9-to-5 job. The man thinks he's better than you. He thinks he's better than me. He thinks he's better than the person next to him. He doesn't believe himself to be an average Joe, so to speak. All the while, this man sleeps on the floor on an air mattress and bounces between hotels with no car. And honestly, the audacity, the gall to move the way that this man moves is absolutely absurd. It needs to be studied. And y'all just heard him say, I'm going to go buy a iPad on my credit card and then pawn it. Let's get back into it.
The reason why I have 2 credit cards is because I have low credit limits. This card has a $700 credit limit, and this card has a $500 credit limit. So the iPad I'm gonna get is an iPad Pro, which is $1,000. So you could do the math. This is embarrassing. I didn't want to make this vlog, but you know, I literally don't have any money. I need to make content.
So he just bought the iPad off of 2 different credit cards. He spent $650 on one and then covered the rest of it on the other credit card, totaling out to $1,068 that he does not have now.
I don't know what to say, man. It's addiction, bro. Like,
boom. Y'all heard him. This is addiction. He doesn't know what he's doing and he doesn't know why he did it, and yet he still continues to do it. A lack of impulse control, a lack of being able to take care of yourself in a proper way. Keep in mind, everybody, this is a 31-year-old man. This is a grown man making these types of decisions. And the funniest part to me is the next video that we're going to get into after we finish this one. It is just a knee slapper, and honestly, it should give you some insight as to, one, your competition if you're a man, what other people are doing, and two, it really gives you a clear-cut insight as to broken people's ways of thinking. It's despicable. But let's go ahead and hop back into it.
They gonna play with me, so I wouldn't be surprised if I get $250 for this. If they offer me $200, that's gonna be flat out disrespectful. Like, I have the receipt, it's brand new. But $300 is what I'm trying to get, so let's see if I get it. It's gonna cost me $363 to get my iPad back from the pawn shop. So if I could get $363, that would be cool.
I want y'all to reference this right here. It's 2 100s, so 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. If we go over a few minutes in the video, it's $200 left. He's already lost $100. Now let's go further in the video. If I'm not mistaken, this is his last 100.
It's gambling. This is compulsive gambling. I'm a problem gambler, obviously. I feel I can't, bro. I gotta take responsibility for it, bro. Like I've done this more than 100 times.
Let's just stop that one there. It goes back to the first video I've made when I talked about how being aware of your situation and not liking it and still doing nothing to fix it is the problem. And this is a prime example of the problem. This man went with 2 credit cards which have low credit limits because his credit score is fried, got an iPad over the amount that he had on his credit cards, took it to a pawn shop for $300, and then lost it all gambling. But I remember this right here blew my mind. Blew my mind, because I don't understand how you can get into this level of thinking and be the character that you are. It truly doesn't make sense. And if anybody can explain it, I'd appreciate it. To be able to have an opinion of this matter and be opinionated as you are is absolutely insane to me. It's insane to me. But let's hop over to this next one really quick.
I'm emotional right now. I want this to be one of the last times, if not the last time, I speak on women, because I really don't have anything good to say based on my experience. And I'm just going based on how I feel and how I've been feeling throughout my life, my 31 years. I always perceive women as to be nurturers. And
this is a 31-year-old man. Where he's at right now, he's sitting on his air mattress in his house. Not even his house, I'm sorry. In like his homie's house that he shares a room. Bro, I can't.
And I'm starting to come to the realization and acceptance at this age that women are not nurturers. They only nurture children.
What is he talking about? You are a 31-year-old man. You are a grown man. And you're talking about women only nurture children. I would call a woman mentally deficient if she nurtured you, if she took care of you. How many times have we seen a woman who allows a man to drive her car while she's at work, stay in her house with no job, buys him a game system, buys him food, does whatever, and the whole time this man is leeching off this woman? This is a grown man. And my point of this is I want y'all to see what can happen if you do not control your impulses and control yourself. You'll be 31 years old, living in somebody's house on an air mattress on the floor, complaining about women on the internet. Think about that.
What is a woman providing to me? What does a woman have to offer to me? You know, like when I am finally stable.
When I am finally stable. He's asking what a woman can provide to him. You're 31 years old. nowhere near stable, in debt, and you have a gambling addiction. And you're asking these questions. And the reason I'm not going specifically hard on him as a person, I'm going hard on people who have this mindset, to the people who think that they're okay living like this. He knows he's not okay, but he levels it out to himself. He's making excuses. And now we're sitting here talking about women. Everything not to take, like, it's despicable.
Financially, mentally, emotionally, what is a woman providing to me? What does a woman have to offer to me?
But women are not nurturing. Women are selfish, and they expect to be catered to in a way that men, we just don't have that same expectation.
Who are you to talk about men and their expectations when you can't even fit the bare minimum? Here's what y'all have to understand. Let's get serious for a second. Here's what y'all have to understand. You have to work on you before you can have any opinion about anybody else. I am fully on the side of your opinion means nothing until you have some reason for it to mean something. When you are in the situation or predicament that this man is in, there is no reason for you to speak at all. There's none. You have nothing to talk about except getting yourself together. You need to get your life together. This should be a clear wake-up call to exactly what you don't want to be. Something you should not aspire to be. I don't even think he aspired to be that. The thing about him is there's a video y'all can go find, because I'm not going to keep doing all that, of him asking Meek Mill to come save him from the trenches. There's a video of him asking DDG, Kai Cenat, and I think Aiden Ross to give him money so he'll stop gambling. You are asking for handouts from other grown men, and you're complaining about women. These are the things that will keep you average and never allow you to make it anywhere. This man thinks he's too good for a 9-to-5 job, but he's sleeping on somebody's floor on an air mattress. Oh, I'm lying about an air mattress? Oh, but also, let's go back into it and see his circumstances. And keep in mind, this is a grown man, a 31-year-old man talking about women.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? That is his air mattress on the floor and his clothes on his bed because he doesn't have a closet to put them in. And yet he is speaking about women and his perspective on them as if he has any valid opinion, or an opinion that should be listened to whatsoever. I'm not bashing this man in particular. I'm saying men, people in general, do better. Don't quit your 9-to-5. Don't think you're better than the next man when you're not. Don't think you're hot stuff when you're not. Just keep your mind together. I've wanted to make this video because I've sat down and over the last week I've watched a plethora of his videos. And in his videos, you can see the loneliness and the isolation and how him doing the things he's been doing have affected him, and just not having the impulse control to keep himself on the right track. There's no way. There's no way. And I want to end this video off with a clip that I saw that made me laugh.
Yo, this is crazy.
You need to get her back. He talking about he need to get her back. Nigga, you need to get a job. You need to do better as a person. You need to make better decisions. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what the fuck is
Oh, man. Shout out PyMat7. But no, we're going to end this one right here. So the moral of the story is, look, you need to be able to control your impulses. You need to be able to realize you're not better than anybody. You need to be able to realize that life isn't going to give you anything. You need to realize that the only way anything is achievable is if you make it achievable. If you remember from the first video where I said luck really doesn't exist. Hard work and dedication create luck. So there is no lucky break. You don't get a lucky break. You have to work for it. You have to be better than what you have going on. And this is a prime example of Damn, I probably just spiked the microphone, my fault. This is a prime example of what can happen if you do not sacrifice properly. This man thought working a 9 to 5 or whatever he thought was not the way, so he ruined most chances of getting any proper 9 to 5. And the only real traction that he has is from his struggling. It's not anything to be proud of, and it's not something to boast about. And I'll be honest with you, I want him to make it. I want anybody to make it, but I don't think he will. And that's because he can't change. He won't change. And if you have enough, like if you can think hard enough to put yourself in those shoes and realize you don't want to be there, you will be way better off than most people could even imagine. So, yeah, don't be like him. Like I said, I'm not on here to judge anybody, but every so often you run into a person where this is just a prime example of why not to do something, and boom, bow, here you go. This is a great example of why impulse control, staying dedicated, and mental health are very, 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 very important. And your vices. I talked about the things keeping you average, and I completely skipped over gambling, but still. Yeah, this is just a quick one. Wanted to go over this. I'm going to try to get another video out tomorrow. I have to work, and I'm going just got stuff going on. So I'll see what the schedule is going to be like, but I'm going to try to get this one up before 11:30, before the day is over. So, yeah, appreciate you guys for checking it out. If you could, like, comment, subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Deuces. Later.